Assassin's Creed is failing, but not for the reasons you think. Unfortunately, when we're talking about Assassin's Creed, it's already a product on the decline, and there's a lot of reasons for that we get to discuss in today's video, but it really didn't have to be this way. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel. Hope you're having an awesome day in the world of Magic the Gathering. So Assassin's Creed, we saw all kinds of spoilers come out. Everyone lost their minds. The excitement is kind of there, which is interesting. This set suffers from a lot of small problems that are going to drive the players away in the end. And what I mean by that is it'll probably have an initial good sales run and then get forgotten because it's been sandwiched in between Modern Horizons 3, which has done pretty well in the sales records, and then we've got Bloomburrow, an up-and-coming set that most players have been excited about since it was announced. Assassin's Creed is a bygone product of leftovers. What I mean by that is they tried to do something with Universes Beyond, with the epilogue boosters, the shrinkflation packs, where they charge us more, give us a lot less, and it didn't work. We universally turned away from the epilogue boosters, and now we're turning away from the idea of that product line, which means Assassin's Creed, no matter how great it's going to be, it's going to get forgotten. It's going to get left in the dust by more popular products around it. And that's not to say that it's not a good product, but there are several issues. The biggest being is the price tag. Players may be diving into the singles, but they're not, as a wholesale product, going to be buying tons of boxes of a shrinkflation type item. But they will be looking for those singles. Now, let me share this with you guys. If we take a look, this is Sunbaked Canyon back in Modern Horizons. Do you remember that? Modern Horizons, guys. This thing back in the day was a $20, $30 card. Very popular. Couple of reprints, Doctor Who, reprints, and by the way, they reprinted it again in this set. Here is Sunbaked Canyon with some pretty colorful artwork in the background there. I guess it's supposed to be like Venice or some European city there where, you know, the characters are traveling through. I like the artwork. I like the look of it. But that doesn't mean that I'm willing to pay the price tag. I want you guys to understand that. It's pretty artwork. It wouldn't be enough to drive me to want to get a reprint of a card that I own a couple of play sets of. When you've got a mana base, you need to go more unique. You want to drag players into a shrinkflation type item, you better have some bangers inside there. You better have something really ready to go. Now, let me show you that Sunbaked Canyon again, but let's take a look here. When you look at the Aztargargoliza Entertainment, I'm sure somebody will correct me on that, Legendary Land. It says tap 1 to add any color to your mana pool, but look at the second one. Exile it and return up to 1 target historic card from your graveyard. That's an artifact. Legendary sagas are historic. That's interesting, right? Now, if we flip over to the other side, and I showed you the Brotherhood headquarters, it taps for colorless, or you can add 1 mana of any color, spend it only to play assassin spells. That's a little more unique. I want you to remember that. Like, cards like this, it's kind of like a Cavern of Souls type deal for assassins. I don't mind the card. I don't mind the concept. But there's just something about the fact we got the Sunbaked Canyon lands in there when they could have chosen. This just seems like a cop-out. It seems like they could have done more, and they just decided not to. They had some great artwork, but somewhere the light bulb never turned on. Those other lands, they're kind of reprints of cards we already know that exist already. Nothing there is blowing my mind or special. It doesn't mean it doesn't have a utilitarian purpose. It just means I'm not thinking about it. The only thing I'm thinking about when I look at this product so far is Commander. I'm thinking about cards I would use in my Commander decks. Can I put something together with this card fit here? That's where my mind goes when I look at the cards I've seen. Now, that's not to say that there won't be a few winners in this set and a few exciting cards to come around. But when you've already seen a card like Sunbaked Canyon, which was not a card that had to be reprinted. It wasn't a card you had to hurt the consumer base by reprinting this quickly after the Doctor Who set. You could have left this alone for a couple of years to see if the value would regain a bit, to see how desirable these cards were in need of a reprint or not. Because the market to me, and what I've seen when I looked around at the local retailers, TCG Player, there are tens of thousands of copies of this stuff available. When you look at all the lands from Modern Horizons, those original lands, they're all available. There was nothing screaming for these cards to be reprinted after the Doctor Who. Now, before that, they were a little bit higher, a little more expensive. I understand that. So I look at it and say, what's unique? What's special? I don't mind some of the cards. The assassin cards are great. I like the idea of assassin kind of tribal deck. I'm sure many of you guys do too. And augmenting cards. We have assassin, pirate, thief, orc, wizard, Jube eater. I don't know. Those little subclass texts mean a lot. We talked about it a couple of years ago when they first started introducing how this would come across, and they really did broaden the range of cards available. And I think it's a smart move on the company's part because it'll fit into multiple decks. That's a great idea. But when it comes down to the cards they've offered plus the price tag, this is where we find ourselves lacking a bit. I think they could have done a little bit more. Now, the only card that I want to say caught my eye, and I'm going to share it with you guys because I know it's not the Sunbaked Canyon. It is going to be this one. Ready? It's the Moliere. Look, it's right in my face. It's right in my face. I'm going to move it over. This card caught my eye. Okay, I want to explain why, though. Number one, Mjolnir. We all know from, Age of Ultron, all the great stuff we saw for the Avengers movies. A 4 casting cost legendary artifact equipment with equip 4. It says when it enters a battlefield, you get to attach it to a target legendary creature you control. Whenever equipped a creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls and put a stun counter on it. Then Mjolnir deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of tapped creatures that opponent controls. What I find so unique about that card, and yes, I was having a little bit of fun with the placement, is the idea that card with a spell like Sleep, where you just tap all your opponent's token creatures. Say somebody has a Krenko deck, some kind of goblin thing, merfolk coming at you, a swarm of scoots coming at you, and you just tap them all. But every opponent, if you have 30 scoots, everyone just took 30. There's a lot of fun that can be had with a card like that. So I appreciate a generic artifact. Remember, that was generic, right? That just goes anywhere. It can fit into any deck. The old school artifacts like that do grab me, and this one kind of screams back to the days of doing some crazy stuff with the right kind of combination spells in the right circumstance. It's not nearly as powerful as a force field. It's not as amazing as a Mox, but it does have that enough of appeal to the Mox man to say, I like that card. I don't think it's going to be an expensive card, but I like the concept of a card like that. And this set, if they had played this smarter, if they had thought about what they were producing, they would have given us 20 unique lands. Unique. Special little things we've never seen before. They would have jumped in there and added some unique character class stuff to add on. Unique stuff. Because in a shrinkflation set, where you got a good amount of reprints in this 100 card set, you want people to want to buy it. You want there to be enough cards in there that you're going to see a smattering of players say, I need this, that it justifies buying a box and opening it. Where unique cards are only found here, but not, they should have ditched the reprints entirely. Forget the reprints. Make Assassin's Creed a standalone set. And if they were really smart, they would have made this like a 350 card set. They would have broadened out the entire idea and scope of this idea. It may have been too late. The planning may have already been in place because they based this on the epilogue stuff and they thought they were on to something. Yes, it's probably too late. My mind is now rearranging itself and saying, yeah, it was probably too late. Knowing how Wizards works, the drawing board was written, the die was cast, and this had to happen the way it did. But it's going to be a loss. It's going to be a loss for a lot of people. I don't think there's going to be extra reprints of this product. I think it'll kind of sit on shelves after the initial 30, 40 days out because we're going to have so many products coming down the line still. Money for players is only a finite thing. We're not all diving into every product. But again, singles rule the market. So products like this getting opened by a store, there will probably be enough singles sold to justify those box prices or individual sellers on TCG Player, eBay, that kind of thing. And of course, if you're shopping on TCG Player, use the Moxman's affiliate link. You'll find it in the description of this video. And there you have it. A product that deserves better, but it's not going to get it. It has some good, decent cards inside that we all would like to use, but nothing there screams it's going to be so much value that it's going to be a $50, $100 card to justify players' minds saying, I got to have it, got to open the box. Because that's where you're going to find yourselves. When a player decides on something, now packs will get opened, I'm not going to say they're not, but the players who bought boxes, they're gone. They don't do it the way they used to. And that's leaving stores a lot of room now to make profit. I've noticed that. But stores still only open a finite amount of boxes. They're still leery of being caught with too much product and being left sitting on the sidelines holding the bag because they overordered and the money moved on too quickly. We know that's how Wizards has done it. They put their products so close together that they're cannibalizing their own profit margins in the sake of speed. It almost makes you think that this company should just say to people, we're only going to do one print run from now on. It may be a little bit larger than normal. One print run, moving to the next product. No reprints allowed. Now, they're not going to state that. They're not going to do that. But it may actually already be happening. They may already be doing this like they used to do with things like back in the day, like Rise of the Eldrazi, World Wake, Zendikar. They were kind of like one print run, one and done. And the store might get a couple of boxes like half a year later. And that was it. That's how things went back then. And that might be the way things go going forward. Because if they're going to ramp up speed like this, putting this many products out this quickly, and we have, of course, Marvel coming up. We got Duskmourn still. We got a lot of stuff going. And the products have been well received. This one just, it deserved better. Assassin's Creed is a great IP. It has characters and ideas and things that I think will fit well with Magic the Gathering. I just don't think they did a good job presenting it to the public in a way, and with a price tag out of the realm for most people to consider buying en masse. That's a shame. Guys, thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks for being here on the channel. Slam some comments down if you got something to say. Love to hear about it. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow with another video. Hey guys, big shout out and thank you, because I got amazing patrons on this channel. I got supporters. I got people who believe in what we're doing. And this is that moment at the end of every video, which is why I make this a unique recorded message every time to let you guys know how much it matters, okay? So thanks again to my patrons, YouTube membership members, regular viewers for being here, watching the videos, and giving thumbs up. Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back to the end. You've made it. You've gone the extra mile. That's what I can say. You went past what any known person would have done. They would have given up that credits and said, yeah, blah, blah, the end credits. Those are the patrons. Don't disrespect them. They're the reason we get to do this every day. So thanks again to patrons, YouTube membership members, and probably you guys here at the end of the Ramble Jamble. Remember, if you watch those commercials, I get paid more money. And you made it happen. So thanks again for being that kind of supporter. Guys, sometimes days go well, sometimes days go bad. You can't map it out every day. But the good news is the next day, you get to try again. The glass is half full if you want it to be. Have a great day. I hope you guys had a good one. This Ramble Jamble, I probably was planning something else, but you know what? This is what came out of my mouth. You guys are awesome. Remember it.